Welcome back. BuffaloPrime here, bringing you another League of Legends Shoutcasting Demo with my friends at Trinity Force Touchdown. Today we do have a random on the team. That'll be a support random, as Alanzon is setting his rune page up for a traditional J4 pick. A pick he's been very good at. If you've watched any of my other Shoutcasting demos, he very much is impactful on the map with J4, setting up a lot of kills for his laners. As we see the bans coming through, Darius will be off the Zuji, as he's doesn't have a good time playing against Darius. That is quite a strong champion in the top lane. Yasuo, very common ban for the mid lane. Support Yuumi being banned away, Evelyn being banned away as well, and Alanzon will ban away the Elise. That is two junglers gone on the side of TFT. The randoms will go ahead and take away Garen, Yuumi, Annie, Vi, and LeBlanc. As it looks like we may have a Lux support from the random. That is Gutworm. Potentially looking to play Lux. Very good support player right now, mostly because of the fact her CC is absolutely insane. She does very similar things to like a Brand will do, or a Pike will do, where essentially you have a second ADC on the bot side. Cho'Gath will be the decision from Zuji. Looking to feed early and feed hard. Katarina will go into the mid lane for the random side. Poppy will be the top laner to go up against Cho'Gath, as Junglers Only Please will take Jarvan to Galio. Anti-assassin pick coming from Junglers Only Please. We've seen him on the Galio before, being able to shut down assassin-like melee characters in the mid lane. 100% the reason that he picked that one up was to counter the Katarina. As we'll see a response from the side of the randoms. They have their support ADC picking next, we would assume. That is a Brand. Riven. We'll see if Riven's actually going to go into the bot lane. The Lux will do a good job against the Riven if that's the case, as Riven's quick dashes forward can easily be snared. Unknown Asian debating on what he wants to take with the Lux. Trying to come up with a synergy and also a counter to yet another Brand. We actually just came off of a game that probably won't make it to YouTube, where there was an impactful Brand on the other side. A very challenging support to go up against just because of his range and how quick his casts come down. He will take Jinx, though, as Jinx and Lux will be the bot lane combination there. Lots of CC potential there. A lot of damage potential there. The kill lane, as they say. And we'll see the counter picks. The final pick for the random, as this will likely be the jungler or a mid lane. Yikes, I have no idea what I'm looking at when it comes to the randoms, but we will find out when we go to the Rift right after this. And we are on to the Rift. Trinity Force touchdown on the blue side. The randoms are going to be on the red side, as we will take a look at our summoners that are going to be a part of the game. On the top lane, actually, let's go ahead and swap those around right now. We do know of a lane swap that's currently going on. In the top lane will be Galio on Junglers Only Please. He is Gold 4 player with 13 LP. And the jungle on the J4 will be Alanzon, a Silver 3 player with 79 LP. Zuji in the mid lane with the Cho'Gath. Gold 4 player with 41 LP. Unknown Asian on the Jinx on the bot side, recently promoted from Gold 2 Platinum. He is a Plat 4 player now. And an unranked Gutworm is going to be the support on to the Lux. On the other side, the randoms on the red team. Buke, or Buck, on the Riven on the top side. That is a Plat 3 player with 0 LP. McBreezy is going to be in the jungle with Poppy, an unranked player. Destroyherr, Gold 3 player with 6 LP. Win 1196 on to the Ezreal, an unranked player, along with Gustalv. Gotz will be the Brand, also unranked at this time. Red team looking to sit in the bush, waiting for the blue team to see if they will potentially arrive. Blue team making absolutely no effort towards there, as we take a look at some of the matchups that are coming to us. I think there is going to be a jungle difference here. Poppy, not sure how she's going to exert her pressure across the map. She does have the ability to slam some people into the wall, so if you stay in the middle of the lane, her abilities are a little bit less helpful, as Alanzon will be able to immediately impact a lot of his lanes. There was a swap, as Zuji's Cho'Gath did get counterpicked by the Riven, so instead of going up against Riven, he will go into the mid lane up against this Katarina, while Galio will take a swing at the Riven. And again, in that bot side, the combination of Ezreal and Brand, that is a very poke heavy. They have range. There is a stun already onto the Lux, as Brand is going to get punished for stepping up and trying to do damage onto Unknown Asian. A little bit of stutter there as the game catches up, and a lot of damage going on to the side of the randoms. While TFT are able to, ooh, a lot of damage onto the Jinx as well, though, as this brand, again, pretty poke heavy. But Zuji will do well to push away the Katarina. We're going to see a lot of fighting this game. I can already feel it. Not only because this isn't LCS esports or any other form of competitive league where they're not constantly trading at that level where normal League of Legends is played more like this, as we see an all in there by Junglers Only Please. He's going to get a lot of damage onto the Riven. Riven does not have a lot of ability to escape. Alanzon is there as well. We will see Alanzon start to try and pursue, but is unable. He does flash in the process, as he will be unable to secure the kill there. Lux is going to go ahead and wait on the wing. He does get a root onto the Ezreal. A lot of damage coming out as Ezreal is forced to blink away, but that is at the cost where Brand was able to freely attack onto the Lux. That will prevent any further harm, as these bot lanes are already trying to slug each other out. Brand is going to try to get an attack on the Unknown Nation, who responds perfectly well. Flash forward there by the Lux. That will not connect with anyone, though, as they are forced to back away. Gank onto this mid lane. Poppy is there as well, and that will be a very clean gank onto the bot lane, and a lot of damage onto the Riven from the Galio, but not enough to kill, as Riven will be forced to back up. Blink away there from the Ezreal, and Poppy will look to engage onto the J4. It's already half the health already gone, and look at this damage early from the Poppy. Junglers Only Please is there as well. He tries to bash in, but that ability for Poppy to stop those two are trying to engage on her will allow her to kill the J4, and here goes the Galio. 3 kills just like that for the side of the randoms, as Katarina roams up from mid and secures her second of the game. So you saw, oh, another stun coming down onto the Jinx, but a flash away will help, and there's the flash forward from the Ezreal, although the brand goes down to the Lux. The Jinx will fall as well, as TFT is able to get their first kill of the game, but not without Ezreal stopping in and grabbing the 4th for their team. So going over that play again on the top side jungle, we saw the J4 in trouble. We did see a roam coming from the Galio on the top side of the map. Poppy recognizes that and pops her little protective shield that basically stops people from dashing into her zone. So you saw Galio trying to engage and get Poppy away from the J4, but will fail in doing so. Katarina jumps forward, tries to engage onto the Cho'Gath early, gets a lot of damage out. That is a Katarina that looks like she knows what she's doing, as she was able to dash between her daggers particularly well. Lux is going to push up this lane, despite the fact that her ADC is not there. Burns a lot of mana doing so, as she will walk back and teleport, back into the fountain with only 6 farm. So now Jinx is in a bit of a peculiar spot, as the lane is pushed up. Not sure Unknown Nation was happy about that, but that's what they got to live with, as they see a danger coming down, as a fight currently taking place on the top side. Galio's going to do some damage, but let's go down to the bottom side, where Alanzon was awaiting, was spotted out. The Poppy is there to help, as he was going to gank. Instead, he'll back away. Zuji fighting in the mid lane. Finds himself having to play a little bit passive here. The Katarina does already have 2 kills to her name, so she is ahead. And although Cho'Gath is a good counter to assassin players, we may not see his impact until later. A stun goes on to the Riven, who decides to engage onto the Galio. Galio will go ahead and walk away. It's an even trade there, as a health potion is popped on either side. We're seeing a lot of battering around on this top lane, but no 1v1 kills yet, as the engage comes down from the Riven. She is knocked up. Galio looking to stun, manages to get it on the maximum range, and that's a good trade, as they are now both level 6. Interesting combination here. Riven is going to look to engage again, gets knocked up yet again. Manages to get his stun back, and damage is too much, as the Riven pops the ultimate and is able to melt Junglers Only Please on the top side. Suddenly, it's almost a 2,000 gold lead at 6.5 minutes. 5-1 is the current scoreline. Jinx getting some damage onto the brand, who's forced to walk away. We see a fight into the jungle, as Alanzon is forced to dash away. Jinx is there to get some damage onto the Ezreal. Ezreal is dangerously low, and the flash away from the brand. They're going to continue to pursue here, as Jinx is going to try to get a couple of slows down. Good shot onto the brand. That stun may land. It does, and nobody's there to follow up, though, as the bot lane gets that close to getting a kill. Zuji on to this jungler who managed to get the smite off, gets the red buff, but Zuji's not done there and actually decides to back off after the smite comes down, and the red buff goes to the side of the Poppy as the invade is successful. Zuji looking to try to engage onto the Katarina, manages to get a knock up there, and the shutdown! Galio comes in, gets the stun at the right time, but Poppy is there in the bot lane, and Unknown Asian has nowhere to go. So just like that, TFT thought they caught the Katarina out and had a positive impact on the team, while the Poppy roamed bot and managed to get a kill onto the ADC. The ultimate does come down and makes contact with the Lux, who is dangerously low. Yet so are both of the ADCs. Jungler's Only Please is there with the Poppy, who manages to back off a little bit, and Zuji's there as well. I don't think he knew that, though, as he does put down the little barrier. That's not going to be enough. The silence comes down to a flash forward from Zuji and a flash away by the jungler, but she's still in a predicament and puts the ultimate down, but they hit the bomb flower, which means that that ultimate will not connect. However, Poppy is able to outmaneuver. It looks like it's going to be a steal on the side of J4 onto the blue buff. As excellent plays on both sides. Riven recognizing that Jungler's Only Please does not have a stun anymore, doesn't have the engage anymore, goes in on that Zuji and the Katarina. Fighting it out a little bit there. A few unfavorable trades in both lanes, unfortunately. Riven looking to engage, though. Flashes forward, gets a stun onto him. Jungler's Only Please in trouble, has to flash away, and the ultimate from Riven will connect. As that's her second solo kill onto the Galio. It's 7-2 now. As TFT falls behind early. The Riven, free farming for now, will elect to back and get some items. Currently every lane of TFT losing, but that doesn't dispel disaster yet as those stuns come down perfectly. The brand gets ignited and dies to Gutworm. Jinx is looking to engage onto the Ezreal, who doesn't have a blink away, but has enough range. Katarina is going to look to engage on Zuji, but we'll have to stop from there. Ezreal forced to play a little bit passive, but here comes Poppy looking for the tower dive onto the Cho'Gath. Takes a couple of aggros, pushes Zuji out the frame from the tower. Tries to get engaged down. The knockup will not stand, and Katarina will jump in, press R. And Galio's there to try to respond, and a dash away from Katarina will keep her safe. So Cho'Gath did manage to shut down. Oh my gosh, that was a terrible ult. Just barely missing the Ezreal. That might have been the kill that they needed. Instead, Ezreal will continue to live under his tower as Brand will walk back in the lane. So Zuji was ganked and tower dove, did manage to keep the Poppy around to take enough tower aggro that she ends up dying for it as well. So if you're getting, whoa! A stunned AoE combination from the Lux does manage to get a kill onto the Ezreals. This Lux is 3-0. A combination that Ezreal is probably kicking himself for as Poppy recognizes that. We see her invading into this bot side now, looking to walk down the river and get into position. Won't be spotted out by a ward. Lux and Jinx getting a little bit of indication a little bit too late. Lux does manage to get another kill, but the Unknown Asian is going to be chased on by the Poppy, who dashes forward and easily gets the kill onto him. Lux will be there a little too late. Lux is 4-0, but that's your support. An 0-3 Jinx, a 1-2 Cho'Gath, an 0-1 J4, who has not been able to do much around this map just yet. A Galio, that is 1-3. We do see some pressure going on to this mid turret, though, as they will look to get a play. Katarina looking to come back. So is Poppy. They may be able to collapse in time as they are trying to get away. Cho'Gath is going to try to put some pressure on, and Katarina manages to go forward. Cho'Gath getting the silence, and J4 will be able to escape. Galio's here as well, though, and the Riven is a 3v3 in the middle lane. Poppy managing to put up her shield and prevent Galio from engaging, and that might be all they right for now as Riven looks to roam back to her top side river. Poppy entering the bot side river and looking to actually invade into the blue side jungle. They've been spotted out. Brand is here as well, leaving Ezreal alone, but Poppy is rotating. We see kind of a chess match going on right now as Riven decides to go back into the top side. Galio will back for now. There is a Drake, though, that is being explored by the Poppy. As a kill happened in the bot lane, we didn't see it because my camera's stuck onto Zuji. But Poppy manages to get the Drake. The Ezreal does fall. A 5th kill for this Lux now. Zuji getting a silence onto the Katarina, tries to knock her up and manages to do so. Just has to engage from there, but has to back off, doesn't have the speed to catch up to the Katarina. Oh, a good stun there onto the Brand. The ultimate will come down, and look at the melted damage of the ultimate from Unknown Asian. Manages to catch Brand out of position, and there's a kill. Zuji hard engaging, and Alanzon is there to secure the kill onto the Katarina. Suddenly, TFT starts to mount a comeback. Here comes the Riven onto the Galio. Galio gets a knockup, though, and manages to put some pressure onto the top side. Managing to stun, but that will end their efforts for there. As Poppy is now into the bot lane, gets knocked up, and lots of damage. That's half the health off the Poppy. The Ezreal tries to engage. There is a fight onto the top lane. This Riven's in trouble. A good try over by the Galio, but the flash forward from the J4 will secure it as Alanzon's waking up. Got 2 kills to his name now within the last couple of moments. Poppy did end up retreating. We're seeing some normality come around as Cho'Gath is starting to melt down this middle tower. He will take another plate right now. That's more gold for him. And TFT takes a gold lead and a kill lead. They were down by so much, but all of these picks, these team fights that are orchestrated to perfection. J4 able to finally put pressure around this map, but here comes the ultimate from Katarina, who dashes forward and actually ignites. Gets stuck under tower. That's not going to be enough, though, as Katarina's mobility will take down Cho'Gath. That'll give her her 4th kill. Good stun there by the Lux. The Lux is not missing these stuns right now, which makes it incredibly hard for this bot lane to try to get any picks, to try to get any kills, really to try to even farm. As you would not expect with Unknown Asian and how good he is on Jinx and how good of an ADC he is, where this Lux is getting a lot of the work done. Unknown Asian definitely helping out, don't get me wrong, and maybe there's some kill secures that I'm not picking up on, but Zuji's going to be there as well. Brand tries to get an attack down. Katarina trying to do some damage as well. They were very cheeky there and staying for as long as they could under that tower. J4 is here as well, but he goes down to his bot side river. There is an invade as Alanzon decides to clear a ward while his blue buff will go to the side of the red team. Galio recognizing that his top laner isn't there. Uh-oh. We see the roaming coming down. Here comes Poppy and Riven onto the Galio. The Galio's got nowhere to go, though, as he manages to dash away, gets a knock up. Is going to try to get the stun, gets the taunt onto the Poppy, not within tower range, though, as he'll be forced to walk away. But here is Katarina, waiting for him in the tri-bush. Does get spotted out by a ward and will be forced to walk away. Good survival there by Junglers Only, please. He is at a CS deficit. He's at a kill deficit. Another death there would not help his cause, and it might have been the end for the top tower, as here comes an engage onto Zuji. J4 is there on the backside wing. That shield from Poppy, though, will keep it wide. Katarina does a lot of damage. The flash forward by the Poppy, who gets a knockup, and Zuji will go down. As this Poppy is playing a pretty good game right now. Able to stop a lot of hard engages on the side of TFT with her shield. Poppy starts to roam down, though. Katarina will look to take this turret down. Poppy will be spotted. J4 is there as well. Goes for the engage and misses, though. Katarina able to dash around and get out of trouble. Here comes Junglers Only, please, though. The Riven's also going to look. The ultimate, though, will not cage. As Riven hard engages onto the jungler, able to ultimate onto her. A shot from Jinx comes up. The J4 will go down to the Riven on her roam. So unfortunately, it looks like the ultimate of J4 was not enough. And oh, look at the damage from the Lux, able to pick off and completely melt the Ezreal. That is the random for TFT and sort of the win condition right now. Here comes Poppy on the backside, not spotted out, though. A trap will come down. She will be caught in the trap instead of allowing the dash, and that will save the Lux. Galio ultimate's in, though, and Brand's gonna be caught. There's the first kill, or second kill, I'm sorry, for the Jinx. They're looking to get the Poppy next. Poppy will have nowhere to go, nowhere to hide, and a double kill will go to Unknown Asian as there's a knockup for Katarina. Katarina's a little bit of trouble. However, Zuji forced to go away. Katarina does decide to move up, does dash away, though, from the knockup, and her mobility again's going to be a problem. There's the ignite, and Katarina completely turns the fight around. Ultimate coming down. Unknown Asian and Lux are now in a bad position in terms of health, but nobody on the side of the randoms there to pick up the slack, as we are now 16 and a half minutes into this game. We are tied on kills. We are tied in gold. As the Ocean Drake being taken potentially by TFT. There's nobody there to stop them, as they will even the score with Ocean Drakes too, as this match is looking more and more competitive as time has gone on. Again, the randoms had a really good advantage early, was not able to snowball that as they allowed TFT to get back into this game. As we take a look at the overall landscape of the match, the Galio and the Riven on the top side. The Riven definitely with a big advantage, that's for sure, as Galio is going to have to start exerting pressure across the rest of the map. Poppy and J4 both impacting the lanes and both impacting pressure pretty equally. Poppy's had some good plays, though. J4, a couple good ones as well. Cho'Gath losing to this Katarina, though. That's an unfortunate situation to find, but this bot lane Lux, now with Unknown Asian starting to really pick up speed, is the scary part of TFT. Poppy is looming back, looking to potentially tower dive, but instead continues to invade this jungle. A nice stun onto the Ezreal, and the damage is too much. Jinx takes the tower. J4 is there to help out as well. Lux gets a 7th kill of the game. She has half of the kills for TFT. Junglers only please, recognizing that the Poppy is there, staying under tower, as Poppy is just waiting for the tower to go down. A very unfortunate situation as Galio looks to try to push them away. But the Riven will start to engage as that tower will fall, and that might be the end, but Zuji is here to help out. There's the full-on engage from the randoms, and there's a big hit that will force the Cho'Gath away. That will probably spell the doom of Galio, who's able to actually deter them. Katarina is here, though, on the wings, though. Have to be careful about her potential to go in and completely burst down the Galio, who doesn't know that she's there, and there is the dash in, channeling there to get a knockup, and the stun onto the... Oh! The Katarina, the Cho'Gath managing to get the counter kill, and the Katarina, I thought Galio was dead, but the stun, the knockup, the CC. Poppy looking to hard engage and gets knocked up by the Galio. There's the taunt on her as well. That actually might spell the end of the Galio, but no, he manages to go back in. A little bit of health on JGLRSONLYPLS, but that might not be enough, and there it is. Were you kidding me? What a combination! Galio is still alive. And Cho'Gath, and this Zuji, absolutely massive in that team fight. The tentativeness from the randoms was not enough to get a kill onto the Galio. They sacrificed so much and got nothing for it. Absolutely incredible play. That might have been some of the best playing I've ever seen from TFT. The synergy between Zuji and junglers only in that situation to keep junglers only please alive. The hard engage from the Galio, the knockups, the fears, mixing that with the knockup from Zuji. They couldn't do anything once they were in there, and yet they continued to pursue, and that was the end. A laugh there from the Katarina, who literally just fumbled on one of the freest kills of her entire life, deciding to laugh on the missed engage from the Lux, despite the fact that she hard inted that last fight. Destroyherr obviously trying to send a message after fumbling. It's almost like somebody who strikes out at the batter's plate turns to the catcher and starts laughing at them. Makes absolutely no sense, folks, but that's what we're doing. Apparently that's the feel right now. So the mid tower will go to the randoms here as the Lux is starting to engage onto the Poppy on the bot side, but we are going to see Galio start to ult in. The brand won't survive long enough. That Katarina will be next as she gets shut down. The J4 able to do so, but the Jinx will go down during the middle of that fight. Blue team is a little bit low, and the Poppy is on the backside, grounded onto Alanzon to manage its flash away. Zuji is absolutely huge, though. Gets a silence onto the Riven, which will force him to go back. The Ezreal can't do anything as well. Galio does fall as well in that exchange. It is a 3-for-2 trade in favor of TFT, and now it's a 5-kill lead. They're looking to continue to engage, though. This Cho'Gath is absolutely massive. Gets a knock-up onto the Ezreal. Gets a shield from the Lux, looking to potentially chop down the Ezreal. And the Lux will get another one, and they will melt the Riven. That's an ace for the side of TFT, as they will drop the Rift Herald into the mid lane. Look for this mid tower. It is only the brand who came up, who died early in the fight. Shelly will get a nice chunk of land onto that tower, as what's Brand gonna do? TFT, who was down early in this matchup, has clawed their way back in there with some messy team fighting on the side of the red team and some incredible cohesion from the side of the blue squad. Infernal Dragon up in 10 seconds. The red team does have priority as the blue team has looked to reset. Brand is going to look to go back as well. Potentially has enough gold to buy an item. Poppy and Katarina are going to be the first ones that are going to be near the Infernal Drink, while Galio is looking to get some vision on there. Jinx will go ahead and take the top tower completely unanswered, as the red team has no interest in going up there. This Infernal Drake clearly a priority, as Galio looks to get a little bit of damage, but the Poppy has already started it. They're actually going to melt this down really quickly if they're not careful. Already about half health there. J4 is looking to potentially engage onto it. It is... Oh, a steal from the blue team as J4 manages to go all in for it. He may die for it, though, but that is an Infernal Drake on the side of TFT, and there's a hard engage from Zuji. That will be the end of the Ezreal, as Galio is able to get that kill. Riven is going to try to respond to the Jinx. There's a lot more speed on the side there, and the brand will be there as well. This may spell the end for the Jinx, but she was able to get a tower on the top side, and Trinity Force Touchdown was able to steal away the Infernal Drake. They look to get mid, but Poppy on the wings, trying to figure out a way to hard engage. Katarina is there as well as the sun goes through. She looks to start disengaging from that fight as Katarina is left alone with the Galio and the Cho'Gath. What an absolutely nutty steal. Alanzon putting life and limb on the line. Lux doing an incredible amount of damage, allowing J4 to move in and completely steal away the Infernal Drake. Absolutely massive play on the side of TFT. But folks, we still got a lot of game left. Despite the fact that TFT has mounted a crazy comeback, now holds a good lead, pretty much on the backs of everybody now. Lux was easily keeping that bot lane alive. But now, J4 is playing crazy objective. The Cho'Gath is massive. The big brain plays from Darky. And we see the Poppy kind of caught out of position here, though. The blue team is in cohesion. Not enough damage onto the Poppy there, as she will be able to escape with her life. But now, you start looking at the landscape of TFT. Every single one of their members is doing their job and doing it well now. The red team, which looked to be doing in the same situation, looked to be in the same situation early on in the game, has suddenly found themselves with some liabilities, and there it is. Number one liability for the red team. It's the brand. Now 1 in 8 gets caught out of position, has nothing they can do to respond, and he'll melt. Ezreal losing his impact too. Very early on, Ezreal was doing a crazy amount of damage and was able to get some key picks, but instead he's fallen behind. The Poppy, although hard engaging and engaging well, has not been able to keep her team in these team fights. You're relying on a Riven and a Katarina at this point. The traps do come down for the Jinx, but not in time to actually stun the Poppy as they look to siege this mid tower. That'll be an easy siege from there. And TFT is looking for a fight. Galio gets pulled in, but it actually manages to go out. Katarina's going to ultimate, and she's going to be completely obliterated. Puts herself in a vulnerable position, but the J4 ultimate traps down the entirety of the red team, and there's the ultimate from the Lux. The brand manages to get a triple kill, though. As the engage wasn't there for TFT, they melt to the hands of the same brand that I just dissed not too long ago. And the failed snare by the Lux will allow Poppy enough time and enough space to clear the gap, giving Lux her first death of the game, a 700G bounty going over to the Poppy. That's a dangerous person to have that. And the red team turned around a massive team fight that will result in at least this tower. Their ability to siege this tower actually fairly poor, though, as they actually don't get it. All of that effort, they had to push the lane back in. Now TFT is back up. They lost nothing for that fight except for their pride and some bounty. But Poppy looking to claim some control over the Baron side of this river. Rally's going on the side of the brand. Luden Zeko finally going over to the side of Lux, as she's pretty massive at this point. Brand sitting in base for a little bit, looking to get some purchases. But yeah, we take a look at this Lux. 314 AP already on her side. Has been playing incredibly well. Brand marking that the Mountain Drake is up. TFT looking to get into position. However, Alanzon caught out of position by a very scary Katarina, who places her blades down and will actually run away. Katarina's actually lost a little bit of her impact as well, as her ultimate was enough to bait the TFT in and ultimately led to a win on the red side, but I don't think that was her intention. I thought she was trying to go in and 1v5 the entire game. And you see the problem with doing that is she moved in quickly, popped her ultimate, got snared immediately, and was absolutely melted by the heavy hitters of TFT. So Katarina looking to hard engage onto Junglers Only Please, gets a knock up onto the Riven though, but that's not going to be enough as he looks to be engaged. But look at all the health that he has. It almost looks like they did no damage. And now TFT is down there as well as an ultimate is popped on the side of Riven. A good shot there as Galio looks to engage, flashes forward, gets the stun and the knock up onto the Riven. The Riven will be able to get away as Poppy a little hard to engage as well. Katarina onto the backline, gets a flash and pops her ultimate, but gets nobody with it, and she melts. What a terrible play, and Zuji manages to get one. Riven will move forward and get onto the Galio though, as Lux is able to clean up the Ezreal. Cho'Gath managing to clean up the Riven as well. And engage more from Poppy as she tries to get onto the J4, realizes it's a mistake, has her ultimate, tries to shoot it, and gets the wrong target as she will melt to the J4. Brand currently fighting support on support, and the Lux is too big. What a terrible fight from the red team, as that's an ace for TFT. They split up. They had their targets. Katarina trying to jump onto the backline, starts her ultimate and actually ends up canceling out of it, realizing that she's in trouble, gets completely caught out of position and absolutely dies early in that fight. Poppy trying to engage onto the J4, actually gives up where she might have been able to get a kill. Instead, tries to run away, ultimates the wrong person in Unknown Asian as J4 has plenty more mobility, able to close the gap and secure the kill on that side. Brand picking the fight with the wrong support as the Lux has a lot of damage and was able to melt him completely. An incredible fight from TFT as this Mountain Drake will likely be theirs. An exciting fight. Poppy does Lux does pop her ultimate, but the cooldown is absolutely nutty, so we're not too worried about that not coming up. By the time she enters the fight again, she'll have it back up. Clearing vision around Baron is the red team. There's no way they're going to start it from here, though. Not with the entirety of the TFT force up and with Riven and Katarina on the bot side. Poppy in a bit of a situation here. Finds herself in the jungle, has to pop her shield in order to prevent anybody from hard engaging onto her. They spot a couple more wards and clear vision. So red team did get priority after the reset of losing that last team fight to get vision down, but the blue team was there shortly after. Lux aggroing Baron right there. Riven teleporting in. It is a current 5v4 as the Riven is split pushing. That might spell certain doom though. A stun goes on to the Poppy who manages to get away. Brand's in a bad position though as the Cho'Gath is so big. Gutworm with another kill onto this Lux as the Brand is straight inting at this point. And that might be enough to start the Baron. They are going to need to melt it down and melt it down quickly. Alanzon has a smite available. We're already at 4,000. They're going to look to try to knock him away. Only manages to get the Galio away as they're going to move in. The blue team will manage to get it. Poppy already hard engaging though as he looks to go on to Unknown Asian who has plenty of health. The J4 ultimate will actually stop the Riven and lead to its kill as Jinx gets the knock onto the Riven. An absolutely insane ultimate, and suddenly Ezreal is caught out of position. Zuji a little too slow to catch up to him as he's going to do some damage. Zuji may be overextending a little bit, but he knows his teammates are there. He tries to get a knock up there. There's a dash away and a flash away. The Ezreal is able to avoid a lot, but there goes Alanzon with the flash forward. Stun misses by the Lux, and Alanzon will walk up and boop, right him on the head and manages to get a kill there. And the red team starts to crumble. Every team fight they are in, they are disorganized, out of position. The taunting Katarina has not done anything since her taunt. The Poppy trying to keep her team in this. Doesn't have the damage. TFT not caring about her armor. There's a stun and Galio look to engage, but they're mostly looking at this inhibitor. Katarina's gonna move forward, try to get on Unknown Asian, realizes that's a mistake really quickly and dives for it. Poppy has to try to dash away, an ultimate coming down from Jinx. Doesn't hit anybody, but they manage to get the inhibitor. The Nexus towers are next. It's a complete siege. The Baron buffs are there. What can the red team do? Absolutely nothing. They were ahead for so long in the beginning of this game. They had this under control, and unfortunately, we're not able to hold on. Alanzon will melt to the Ezreal, but the Cho'Gath will pick up another one, and that's a win for a Trinity Force touchdown.